believe the Big Bang is the explosion that created the universe. Bear produces images.
So this is a day of radio outdoors because I'm a little stuck outdoors in the backyard. So the radios of choice, Sangean ATS-909X2, Texan H501, Texan 330, and of course the ATS-25 that are all going to be tested, played around with, and compared a little bit. It's sad because the more I read about people that purchase the ATS-909X2, unfortunately, and the more I see of people returning it for different reasons. Obviously, what could have been a great radio is marred by some details that sometimes, for low audio and single sideband, for example, that is a rough one for a lot of people, and in some cases very, very low audio. Mine doesn't seem to suffer that much from that problem, but a lot of people mention that. I think probably one of the number one reasons people return to radio, actually. So obviously Sangean has some form of quality control problem with the 909X2. Overall it's still an interesting radio, and it still works well if you got a good unit. A lot of people don't kind of say, well, you don't recommend it. No, because it's not in my top 10. It's not in my top 10 receivers. It can't be in my top 10 receivers with the flaws and the fact that it's, most of the units are off frequency with no calibration possible and so on. So it's sad because otherwise, great looking radio, and those that have a unit that doesn't represent too much problems, you still have a good radio. I haven't said this is crappy. I haven't said the radio's bad. It has some flaws that unfortunately are sad to note, and you have to note them. I get this rant from some users, well, stop ranting at this radio and blah blah blah. No, you can't stop ranting at a radio when it has flaws for the price paid that is so obvious that they could have easily fixed. So, it's a good radio that is unfortunately impacted by some of these features. But overall, it's still a fun radio to play with when you have one that doesn't exhibit too many problems. And the firmware upgrades don't seem to help much in doing really any fixes on some of the problems. Some people say yes, some people say no. I've seen people with the latest firmware that have low audio on the SSB. So it's a hit or miss, unfortunately. But it's for Sangean, I find it a little disappointing. But when you get a good one, it's not bad of a radio, and I'm sure that a lot of you out there have one that are happy with it, and that's all that counts, honestly. If it delivers what you want and the way you want it, and you're happy with it, it's really what counts, and it's the only thing that counts. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching. So this is Voice of America via Botswana 15580 using only telescopic antenna.
The people rejected the Constitution, and slavery supporters gave up the fight for Kansas. Here are Steve Unber and Bob Doty to continue the story.